chapter 31 of our text that we're reading, of course. It is, it is breathtaking and rightly named Breath Eyes Memory. Alright, so let's get into chapter 31 and see what's happening now. Alright, so here goes. There were 3 of us in my sexual phobia group. We gave it that name because that's what Rena, the therapist who introduced us, liked to call it. Buki, an Ethiopian college student, had her clitoris cut and her labia sewn up when she was a girl. Davina, a middle-aged Chicana, had been raped by her grandfather for 10 years. We met at Davina's house. She was the only one of us with a place to herself. Buki lived in a college dorm, and of course, I lived with Joseph. Davina had a whole room in her house set aside for our meetings. When we came in, we changed into long white dresses that Buki had sewn for us. We wrapped our hair in white scarves that I had bought. As we changed in the front room, I showed them the statue of Urzuli that my grandmother had given me. Davina told me to take it into the room myself as I pondered what it meant in terms of my family. The air in our room smelled like candles and incense. We sat on green heart-shaped pillows that Davina had made. The color green stood for life and growth. We bowed our heads and recited a serenity prayer. God grant us the courage to change those things we can, the serenity to accept the things we can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. I laid the Urzuli next to our other keepsakes, the pine cones and seashells we collected on our solitary journeys. I am a beautiful woman with a strong body. Davina led the affirmations. We are beautiful women with strong bodies. We echoed her uncertain voice. Because of my distress, I'm able to understand when others are in deep pain. Because of our distress, we are able to understand when others are in deep pain. I heard my voice rise above the others. Since I have survived this, I can survive anything. Buki read us a letter she was going to send to the dead grandmother who had cut off all her sexual organs and sewn her up in a female rite of passage. There were tears rolling down her face as she read the letter. Dear Taiwo, you sliced open my soul, and then you told me I can't show it to anyone else. You took a great deal away from me. Because of you, I now carry with me an untouchable wound. Sobbing, she handed me the piece of paper. I continued reading the letter for her. Because of you, I feel like a helpless cripple. I sometimes want to kill myself. All because of what you did to me, a child who could not say no, a child who could not defend herself. It would be easy to hate you, but I can't because you're a part of me. You are me. We each wrote the name of our abusers in a piece of paper, raised it over a candle, and watched as the flames consumed it. Buki blew up a green balloon. We went to Davina's backyard and watched as she released it in the dark. It was hard to see where the balloon went, but at least it had floated out of our hands. I felt broken at the end of the meeting, but a little closer to being free. I didn't feel guilty about burning my mother's name anymore. I knew my hurt and hers were linked in a long chain, and if she hurt me, it was because she was hurt too. It was up to me to avoid my turn in the fire. It was up to me to make sure that my daughter never slept with ghosts, never lived with nightmares, and never had her name burnt in the flames. When I came home from the meeting, I found Joseph sitting in the living room with Bridget on his lap. Listen to this. He grabbed her and jumped up. Say it again, pumpkin. Say it again, I asked. She said, Dada. At his prodding, Bridget said something that sounded like Dada. Say it again. We were both cheering. Her eyes lit up as she watched us. Sweetie, say it again, please, I said, secretly rooting for Mama. She clapped her hands, keeping up with our excitement. Oh, please, honey, say it again. Dada, Dada, Mama, Mama. She said Dada and laughed. Joseph jumped in the air and simulated a high five. She's saving Mama for when she can really talk, I said. Dada is such a random sound. You're green with envy and you know it. I went to the kitchen to make myself some tea. How was the meeting? Good. Your mother called. She says she urgently needs to talk to you. The baby was saying Dada over and over, trying to capture all his attention. Your therapist called too, he said. She wanted to know if you'd be coming for your visit tomorrow. I said yes. I let him play with the baby while I went in to call my mother. Mark is downstairs making me some eggs, she said. Are you all right? I asked. Joseph said it was urgent. It was an urgent feeling. I just wanted to hear your voice. Are you sure you're okay? I think it's unhealthy, don't you? My sudden dependence on you. As long as you are all right. How is my granddaughter? Fine. How about you? How is your situation? I can't sleep. Are you coming this weekend? On Saturday, I said. I'm really happy we have this time again. Me too. I got a telegram from Mama today. She said everything is ready for her funeral. She's glad about that. Did you tell her that you're pregnant? I'll tell her when I'm further along. I don't want her to worry about me going crazy again. You sure you're feeling all right? Better. Maybe this child, she's getting used to me. Mama tells me she's worried Attie will die from chagrin. Louise left a big hole in her. It's sad. She loved her. Attie will live. She always has. I heard Mark's voice offering her some scrambled eggs. I'll wait for you on Saturday, she said. Bye, Mama. Bye, my star. I sat up and wrote Aunt Attie a letter. Now that she was reading, I wanted to send her something that only her eyes could see. Something that she didn't have to have other people listen to. I imagined her standing there next to me as we reminisced about the convict potlucks, the lotteries we almost never won, and the dead relatives who we had such a kinship to, as though they were our restless spirits, shadows wandering in the darkness as our bodies slipped into bed. Oh, I'm just wondering if the pace is going to increase at chapter 32. What are going to be, what are some of the things that are going to happen in chapter 32? Because right here we see that Martine and Sophie, they are trying very hard to mend their relationship. So I'm just wondering what is going to happen in chapter 32. Alright, so if you want to know, you can join me for chapter 32 and see where this story goes. Alright, as usual, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so whenever I upload a video, you are notified right away. Like and share. Alright, take care. I'll see you again soon.